एक बार आके देख लो, कहीं मैंने कोई गड़बड़ तो नहीं कर दी।
सिर्फ मेरा नाम क्यों?
अरे जिसने घर खरीदा है उसी का नाम होना चाहिए ना।
और फ्रेंड्स क्या कहेंगे?
फ्रेंड्स कहेंगे कि काश अपनी बीवी भी ऐसी होती।
पिछले 100 सालों से ऐसी हर अच्छी शुरुआत का साथ दे रहे हैं हम, यूनियन बैंक ऑफ इंडिया।
IT is evolving at breakneck speed, shaping the world in its way and altering the way we perceive things. IT is pulsing at the heart of today's business, and Manage Engine works towards simplifying IT management for businesses. Enterprise IT management solutions designed for IT service management, IT operations management, identity and access management, security information and event management, unified endpoint management and security, and advanced analytics. Our exhaustive portfolio of over 60 products has managed the IT of more than 180,000 organizations and is used by over 2 million IT professionals across 190 countries. Real-time IT management solutions for the new speed of business.
Nice! 10.
Yeah, nice pen.
Nice 10.
Barker. It shows.
It's time to change your brand. Grayon, beauty, cosmetic, personal care products.
लग ही नहीं रहा अपनी शादी हो गई
है ना?
क्या?
मैं देता हूँ।
अरे
मैंने वैसे भी वचन दिया है,
तुम्हारी सारी खुशियाँ शेयर करूंगा।
थैंक यू।
वेलकम। ये क्यों?
मैंने भी तो वचन दिया है, तुम्हारे सारे गम शेयर करूंगी।
कम?
मेरे खर्चे।
पिछले 100 सालों से ऐसी हर अच्छी शुरुआत का साथ दे रहे हैं हम, यूनियन बैंक ऑफ इंडिया।
एक बार आके देख लो, कहीं मैंने कोई गड़बड़ तो नहीं कर दी।
सिर्फ मेरा नाम क्यों?
अरे जिसने घर खरीदा है उसी का नाम होना चाहिए ना।
और फ्रेंड्स क्या कहेंगे?
फ्रेंड्स कहेंगे कि काश अपनी बीवी भी ऐसी होती।
पिछले 100 सालों से ऐसी हर अच्छी शुरुआत का साथ दे रहे हैं हम, यूनियन बैंक ऑफ इंडिया।
IT is evolving at breakneck speed, shaping the world in its way and altering the way we perceive things. IT is pulsing at the heart of today's business, and Manage Engine works towards simplifying IT management for businesses. Enterprise IT management solutions designed for IT service management, IT operations management, identity and access management, security information and event management, unified endpoint management and security, and advanced analytics. Our exhaustive portfolio of over 60 products has managed the IT of more than 180,000 organizations and is used by over 2 million IT professionals across 190 countries. Real-time IT management solutions for the new speed of business.
Nice! 10.
Yeah, nice pen.
Nice 10.
Barker. It shows.
It's time to change your brand. Grayon, beauty, cosmetic, personal care products.
लग ही नहीं रहा अपनी शादी हो गई
है ना?
क्या
मैं देता हूँ।
अरे
मैंने वैसे भी वचन दिया है, तुम्हारी सारी खुशियाँ शेयर करूंगा। थैंक यू। वेलकम। ये क्यों?
मैंने भी तो वचन दिया है, तुम्हारे सारे गम शेयर करूंगी।
कम?
मेरे खर्चे।
पिछले 100 सालों से ऐसी हर अच्छी शुरुआत का साथ दे रहे हैं हम, यूनियन बैंक ऑफ इंडिया।
एक बार आके देख लो, कहीं मैंने कोई गड़बड़ तो नहीं कर दी।
सिर्फ मेरा नाम क्यों?
अरे, जिसने घर खरीदा है उसी का नाम होना चाहिए ना।
और फ्रेंड्स क्या कहेंगे?
फ्रेंड्स कहेंगे कि काश अपनी बीवी भी ऐसी होती।
पिछले 100 सालों से ऐसी हर अच्छी शुरुआत का साथ दे रहे हैं हम, यूनियन बैंक ऑफ इंडिया।
IT is evolving at breakneck speed, shaping the world in its way and altering the way we perceive things. IT is pulsing at the heart of today's business, and Manage Engine works towards simplifying IT management for businesses. Enterprise IT management solutions designed for IT service management, IT operations management, identity and access management, security information and event management, unified endpoint management and security, and advanced analytics. Our exhaustive portfolio of over 60 products has managed the IT of more than 180,000 organizations and is used by over 2 million IT professionals across 190 countries. Real-time IT management solutions for the new speed of business.
Nice. 10.
Yeah, nice pen. Nice pen.
Parker. It shows.
It's time to change your brand. Grayon, beauty, cosmetic, personal care products.
लग ही नहीं रहा अपनी शादी हो गई
है ना?
क्या
मैं देता हूँ।
अरे
मैंने वैसे भी वचन दिया है, तुम्हारी सारी खुशियाँ शेयर करूंगा। थैंक यू। वेलकम। ये क्यों?
मैंने भी तो वचन दिया है, तुम्हारे सारे गम शेयर करूंगी।
कम?
मेरे खर्चे।
पिछले 100 सालों से ऐसी हर अच्छी शुरुआत का साथ दे रहे हैं हम, यूनियन बैंक ऑफ इंडिया।
एक बार आके देख लो, कहीं मैंने कोई गड़बड़ तो नहीं कर दी।
सिर्फ मेरा नाम क्यों?
अरे, जिसने घर खरीदा है उसी का नाम होना चाहिए ना।
और फ्रेंड्स क्या कहेंगे?
फ्रेंड्स कहेंगे कि काश अपनी बीवी भी ऐसी होती।
पिछले 100 सालों से ऐसी हर अच्छी शुरुआत का साथ दे रहे हैं हम, यूनियन बैंक ऑफ इंडिया।
IT is evolving at breakneck speed, shaping the world in its way and altering the way we perceive things. IT is pulsing at the heart of today's business, and Manage Engine works towards simplifying IT management for businesses. Enterprise IT management solutions designed for IT service management, IT operations management, identity and access management, security information and event management, unified endpoint management and security, and advanced analytics. Our exhaustive portfolio of over 60 products has managed the IT of more than 180,000 organizations and is used by over 2 million IT professionals across 190 countries. real-time IT management solutions for the new speed of business.
This is the height of India's premier corporate quiz championship. This is a group of 6 strong contenders who, when it comes to business quizzing, are in a league right there at the top. This is BusinessLine Cerebration 2022. Welcome to S19E4, Season 19, Episode 4. This year's edition, for the very first time, is being organized in a hybrid format. A significant section of it, you participate from the cozy comfort and familiar feeling of your home, but a rousing reception awaits the national finalists in a splendorous setting in Mumbai. And taking you through this razzmatazz is me, your quizmaster, Ajay Punya. What brought us here and what do we look forward to? Well, for a span of 10 days last month, the preliminary round took place online, where over 6,000 corporate executives, business professionals, B-school students, and MBA aspirants participated from all over India. The top 6 performers from each of the 6 regions were then invited to participate in a regional final, also online. And from the regional final, the winner travels to Mumbai for the national final. This today is the 4th of those 6 regions, and these regional finalists are jousting for a strong chance to win the most coveted intellectual title and to win prizes worth rupees 1.5 lakhs. The national champion takes rupees 75,000. First runner-up gets rupees 50,000 and second runner-up wins rupees 25,000. That's quite a hefty winnings to battle it out for. Today, we are playing with the regional finalists of the understated yet significantly decorated by the side of the mighty Arabian Sea and amongst the last few cities with an airport that still oozes character, Kochi. And lining up from Kochi, the stars of today inspiring a new generation of quizzers tomorrow, it's time to welcome them. Winner of Kochi last year and second runner-up in the national final by the barest of bare margins is Jameer KB from Q Collective. He was in the regional final last year too, albeit from Delhi, where he had a forgettable outing. Erasing those memories and writing new ones today is Rishikant Gupta from SAIL Bokaro. We now progress to newer faces in this competition, but I'd like to believe are veterans in quizzing, as participant number 3 is Rahul Jayanti from Vizag Steel. Joining him as participant 4 is Anil Raghavan from Grey Cells. Following him is Akhil Ghosh from Q Collective. And finally, as participant number 6 is Rakesh Pillai from Measured Inc. All right, then, participants, you are aware that this is a knockout encounter. There will be no second chance this year. Thus, it's a must-win stage where each one of you will have to give it your all. There really is nothing like it, and you will go through an entire pillar of emotions. But before we begin that emotional journey, it's funny to be putting it that way, let's hear from Mr. Raghuveer Srinivasan, editor of BusinessLine, who would like to address all of you. Sir, please.
Hello, everyone. BusinessLine is back with the 19th edition of Cerebration Quiz, one of India's biggest corporate quiz championships. After the overwhelming response we got last year, this year has been even better. And we got excellent entries across our major cities. BusinessLine, as you know, is India's leading financial newspaper. It's known for its depth and its intellectual sharpness, which is reflected in the Cerebration Quiz. The Cerebration Quiz is open to business professionals, corporate executives, MBA aspirants, and students from India's top-notch B schools. The prelims received an overwhelming response of more than 6,000 participants taking the quiz, and out of which 6 individuals from each city of Chennai, Bangalore, Hyderabad, Kochi, Mumbai, and New Delhi will now battle it out to qualify for the grand finale. The top 6 contestants from each city will compete in the virtual regional finals from July 31 to August 15th. Winners of the regional finals from 6 cities will battle it out for the coveted title at a in-person, on-ground event in Mumbai. The winners will take home handsome prize money worth up to 1.5 lakhs. And apart from, of course, the recognition of being Cerebration winners of the BusinessLine quiz. I wish you all the very best and look forward to seeing the participants in the rounds that happens in the cities. Good luck.
Thank you, sir. An acknowledgement and appreciation for our partners at BusinessLine Cerebration 2022. The title sponsor, Union Bank of India. It's powered by Manage Engine. Writing instruments partner is Parker Pen by Lakhs Group, and associate sponsor, Rayon. Thank you to each one of you. And now I would request Mr. Manjunath Swami CJ, Regional Head, Union Bank of India, Ernakulam region, to take the stage and address our participants.
Greetings to you all. Union Bank of India is proud to be associated with The Hindu, one of the most read newspaper and business magazine, in organizing this quiz competition. About Union Bank of India, I can proudly say we have global presence as well as the pan-India presence with about 1,000 branches and more than 11,000 ATMs and various other branches. We offer a wide range of services to our customers, starting from the basic banking needs to the export and highly technologically advanced products. Our Unext app, which is offering a wide range of products to all the customers, is well accepted in the market. We offer services in Unext ranging from balance inquiry to the availment of loan, which is end-to-end digital. I compliment The Hindu for organizing such quiz competitions regularly, which helps in knowledge sharing. My best wishes to all the participants. My request to all of you is to bank with Union Bank of India, taste our products and services. We are the good people to bank with. Thank you one and all.
Thank you, sir. Okay, then, considering the pedigree of Kochi's participants, most of these questions might be in the breadbasket of your quizzing prowess. However, it's not only about giving right answers, it's also about how you strategize and whether you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs. And so, on this Sunday evening, it is time to begin with round 1. Round 1 is called serious or joking. There will be 5 statements on the buzzer. 10 seconds of time for you to press the buzzer if you think I'm joking with my statement. If, however, you think that the statement is serious, please do not buzz. The first 3 buzzers can then unmute and reason why it's a joke. And for points, for the number of correct answers that I get, the points that you will get is 10 minus n, where n is the number of correct answers. So if 2 of you give me a right answer, both of you will get 8 points. If 5 of you give me a right answer, all 5 of you will get 5 points each. But if all of you or none of you give me a right answer, then we won't be distributing any points. Now, if you've pressed the buzzer because you thought the given statement was a joke, and you give me a reason for that, and that reason happens to be correct, I give you a bonus 5 on top of that. In this round, there are no negatives. In this round, if you do not give me any reasoning or give me a wrong reasoning, I will not be deducting points. right? So only collection and accumulation of as many points as possible. So wishing you all a very best of luck. We will start with our first of 5 statements. It will appear on screen. Hit the buzzer the moment you think you know the answer, and after I'm done reading the statement, I'll still keep it open for 10 seconds. You know, should you happen to take a decision rather slowly, right? So I'll keep it open for 10 seconds after I'm done reading the statement. We shall start now. First statement, common to all 6 of you on the buzzer. This was the 4-story India Pavilion at Expo 2020 Dubai, celebrating India at 75 or 75 years of India's independence. India was one of the 31 founding members of the now 170-member Bureau International Day Expositions that oversees world expos. Only press the buzzer if you think it's a joke. Otherwise, you don't have to press the buzzer. Wait for 10 seconds, 2 seconds now. And the time is up. So we have Rahul and Jameer hitting the buzzer. So I'll ask Rahul, why did you think that this is a joke?
I think India was not one of the 31 founding members.
Okay, so when you have to correct a statement, you can't just say a not, right? A not doesn't make it correct entirely. How will you correct it then?
Sorry, I have no answer for that.
No, that's all right. I'll move on to Jameer. Jameer, you have a reason for which is why you don't think this is a correct statement?
I think it is not Expo 2020, it is Expo 2020. So India 75 independence is 2022. So Expo 2022, not 2020.
All right. Neither Rahul nor Jameer could give me a correct reason. However, they were right about identifying this to be false, but that's because India is not a member at all. So forget being a founding member. India is still not a member, even though it's a 170 member strong organization. India is not a member of this organization, although there were talks about a decade ago to become a member of this organization. And I think the talks are on, or whatever it is, it's not something in public domain. But nevertheless, Rahul and Jameer, you're right about the fact that you identified the fact that it was a false statement correctly. So both of you get 8 points each, right? So 8 points to both Rahul as well as Jameer. 4 more statements to go in this round. We'll move on to number 2. Created as a customer service tool 101 years ago by Washburn Crosby, or now General Mills, Aunt Jemima, who you see here in the picture, was never born, nor does she ever really age. Serious or joking? Only press the buzzer if you think the statement is a joke. Otherwise, you don't have to press the buzzer. 2 seconds and time's up. On the buzzer are Jameer, Akhil and Rahul. So I'll ask Jameer, why did you press the buzzer?
So this is not Aunt Jemima. So this is, I think, Sarah Lee.
Okay, that's not the reason. I'll move on to Akhil. Akhil, why did you press the buzzer? No answer, Akhil. So I'll move on. Rahul, why did you press the buzzer?
I think this is not Aunt Jemima, this is Betty Crocker.
This is not Aunt Jemima, but Betty Crocker. That is indeed correct. That's well done. Good answer there, Rahul. And well done to Jameer, Akhil also for identifying the fact that this was a false statement. All 3 of you get 7 points each, but Rahul actually gets another 5 on top of that. So that's 12 to Rahul, 7 to Jameer, and 7 to Akhil. Akhil, if you have to give me a reason, you'll have to unmute for that. If you struggle with your device about muting, unmuting, I'll have to move on to the following participant, right? So you'll have to be quicker than that. Yeah, you'll have to be faster than that. So that's 7 to Akhil, 7 to Jameer, and 12 to Rahul as we move on to our third statement. When Sony bought the film rights to Spider-Man from DC in 1998 for $10 million, Sony had the option to own nearly all DC characters for $25 million, but they said no. Only press the buzzer if you think that the given statement is a joke. Otherwise, you don't have to press the buzzer. Wait for 2 more seconds and the time's up. On the buzzer are Rishi, Akhil, Anil, and Jameer. So I'll ask Rishi. Rishi, why did you press the buzzer?
Well, story about Spider-Man, not from DC, but from Marvel.
Is correct. That's the answer. Wasn't DC, but Marvel. Absolutely. That's well done, Rishi. 4 of you, Rishi, Akhil, Anil, and Jameer, all 4 of you were correct. So all 4 of you get 6 points each. But Rishi, you get 11. So plus 5 to the 6. So that's 11 to Rishi, 6 to Akhil, 6 to Anil, and 6 to Jameer. Well done, all 4 of you. We'll move on to our next question, number 4. Born in Massachusetts, John Howard served as the president of Fort St. George from 1684 to 1692. He was removed from the post on the corruption charges. He later became the benefactor of the collegiate school established 1701, which was later renamed after him in 1716 as Howard University. Hit the buzzer if you think that the statement is false. 2 seconds, and your time is up. And as it turns out, nobody's hit the buzzer. Everybody thought that the given statement is true. The answer that I was looking for is false, because this was Elihu Yale who founded the Yale University, and not about John Howard, after whom Howard University is named. So everybody got it wrong. All of you thought that this was serious, but I was joking. And so nobody gets any points. And this question was brought to you by our writing instruments partner, Parker Pen, by Luxor Group. Not too sure if they'll be too happy about the fact that nobody got this one right. But there's not many questions coming. We'll move on to the final one of this round. Here's number 5. Tim Berners-Lee, who made numerous contributions to HTTP before creating the World Wide Web, included the error code 402, or response dedicated to failed payments, with the byline, "This code is reserved for future use." And your time is up. So we have, except Rakesh, everybody's hit the buzzer, but in order is Rishi, Akhil, and Anil. So Rishi, what's your reason?
Well, I think it's not a serious statement. Code 402 does not gives the response, "This code is reserved for future use," but error not found.
Okay, I'll move on. That's not the reason. I'll move on to Akhil.
Okay, the error code was 404.
Yes. So you'll have to correct it, right? You're saying 402. 402 is already there.
The 404.
Oh, you said 404. Sorry, I thought you said 402. No, that's not the reason. Anil, what was your reason?
I think 402 was not envisaged at the time of Tim Berners-Lee.
So how are you correcting it?
He did not.
What should I replace it with?
By the byline, this code is not available. Something like that.
So instead of code reserved for future use, you're saying this code is not available. All right. Let's take a look at the answer. The answer that I was looking for is true, right? So all 5 of you who hit the buzzer on this one got it wrong, which means Rakesh, by virtue of not pressing the buzzer, or in fact, I'd like to believe that he knew that this was a correct statement. He was the only one who secures points on this one, and because he's the only one who got it right, so he gets 9 points, right? So 9 points there by Rakesh. Pretty interestingly, Tim Berners-Lee realized that, payments via the web may not be ready when he actually created World Wide Web, but he knew, or he thought, that it's something that can come up at a future date. And so he already reserved an error code for that, which said the code is reserved for future use, right? So he saw commercial traffic on the web as an inevitability and was setting up systems to accommodate it before the market for it even existed. That's how much of a visionary he was, right? So this question was powered by Manage Engine and gets 9 points there to Rakesh. Quite an anticlimax there at the end. Well, that's the end of round 1. We saw glimpses of results of training over the years for these perform or perish games. Everybody was vying to get to the coveted top spot on the scoreboard. We'll see who got there and how far behind are the others on the other side of this short break. Stay with us.
एक बार आके देख लो, कहीं मैंने कोई गड़बड़ तो नहीं कर दी।
सिर्फ मेरा नाम क्यों?
अरे जिसने घर खरीदा है उसी का नाम होना चाहिए ना।
और फ्रेंड्स क्या कहेंगे?
फ्रेंड्स कहेंगे कि काश अपनी बीवी भी ऐसी होती।
पिछले 100 सालों से ऐसी हर अच्छी शुरुआत का साथ दे रहे हैं हम, यूनियन बैंक ऑफ इंडिया।
IT is evolving at breakneck speed, shaping the world in its way and altering the way we perceive things. IT is pulsing at the heart of today's business, and Manage Engine works towards simplifying IT management for businesses. Enterprise IT management solutions designed for IT service management, IT operations management, identity and access management, security information and event management, unified endpoint management and security, and advanced analytics. Our exhaustive portfolio of over 60 products has managed the IT of more than 180,000 organizations and is used by over 2 million IT professionals across 190 countries. Real-time IT management solutions for the new speed of business.
Welcome back to taking a look at the scores after the end of round one here at the Kochi regional final. At this point, it's a close contest, but we've only just started. And we have Jameer, the defending champion from Kochi, second runner-up national in the national final, is currently leading with a score of 21. But it's a slender lead for him because just a point behind him is Rahul with a score of 20. And then we have Akhil from Q Collective at 13. Then is Rishi from Sale Bokaro at 11. And Rakesh with that anti-climax of an answer towards the end, benefiting when everybody faltered. He is at 9. So it's 21, 20, 13, 11, and 9 as we move on to our second round. This round is called paired impaired. In this round, I will be pairing you up on the basis of your scores, and I'll tell you what the pairs are in a bit. Every participant gets a question for 15 seconds. You will be paired with another person, and once when you give an answer, the paired participant will have to accept or reject your answer. If they accept and the answer that you gave was correct, both of you get points, you get 10, while your paired participant gets 5. But if you gave a wrong answer and your paired participant accepts, both of you get a -5. If, however, you give me a right answer and the paired participant rejects your answer, but the answer was correct, you get 10 points, your paired participant gets a -5. If, however, your answer was incorrect and your paired participant rejects it, they have an option of correcting it for +10 and -5, while you get a -5 for giving me a wrong answer. If neither one of you is able to give me a right answer, question passes on the buzzer. 2 buzzers allowed for +5 and -5. Please note, the paired participant and the direct participant both have an option of passing a question because there's a negative attached to a wrong answer, but there's no passing permitted on the buzzer, right? So on the buzzer, you cannot pass. Well, that's about it. I'll tell you what the pairs are. So first pair will be Jameer and Rahul, because you're the two who are leading. Then the next pair is Akhil and Rishi. And finally, the last pair is Rakesh and Anil. All right, so we will start now with our first question for the first pair of Jameer and Rahul. Jameer and Rahul, I request you to keep your phones aside and unmute yourselves. And keep your hands visible, please. You don't have to hit the buzzer. The other 4 participants are on the buzzer. So here's my question to Jameer. Please listen to his answer and Rahul decide whether you'd like to accept the answer, reject the answer, or pass. And Jamir, you don't have to give me the answer. You can also pass. Here's my question for you, Jamir. Others on the buzzer. In 1997, the African country of Zaire overthrew the totalitarian regime of Joseph Mobutu. When the new government found itself in a cash shortage and did not have the luxury to print new currency notes, they decided to use the notes issued by Mobutu's a government featuring Mobutu himself. But what jugaad did the treasury officials make use of while continuing to use these notes? So they overthrew his government, but they still weren't ready to print newer types of notes. So they continue to use these notes, but they figured out a jugaad about it. Jamir, I need an answer.
I'll
No
pass.
answer.
I'll
Passing. Rahul, do you have an answer of your own?
I don't have an answer. Pass.
You don't have an answer, and there's nobody on the buzzer. The answer that I was looking for, the jugaad that they resorted to, was essentially punched a hole where his face used to be, because they did not want to acknowledge the fact that he's still there, somebody who they overthrew on the banknotes. So they just punched a hole where his face was. That's how they continued to use it till they created their own banknotes. Right, no points to anyone there. This question was brought to you by our title sponsor, Union Bank of India. We will now move on to our second question with the same pair, but this time, Rahul, you're the direct participant, and Jamir, you're the paired participant. So Rahul, this is your direct question. Roughly 4,000 of these are woven in a year at Gandhiji Prem Nivas at Titagarh. They sent across to persons across the globe who have a certain mission to accomplish. In July 2017, the Trademarks Registry of India granted a trademark for this uniform, making it the first uniform of its kind to get a trademark on the same. What uniform is this? Rahul, this is for you. You don't have to answer.
I'm passing. Pass.
You'll pass. Jamir, do you have an answer of your own? Plus 10, minus
Yes,
5.
I have. Yes, I have. These are, I'm guessing these are the blue saris of missionaries of charities.
These are the blue saris.
Blue saris of the missionaries of charities.
The missionaries of
charity. The Mother Teresa, the sari that she used to wear, and it's now a uniform.
Are they really blue saris?
Yeah, like blue bordered saris.
What's the main color there then?
White saris.
So they're the white saris with blue borders. That is indeed correct. That's the answer. That's well done, Jamir. That's 10 points for you. Very good answer. It is indeed the white saris with the blue borders. That was the uniform of missionaries of charity founded by Mother Teresa. The first religious uniform that has been given a trademark in India. So that's why the first of its kind. That's well done. Jamir gets you 10 points. Very good. Now we'll move on to the second pair. That's Akhil and Rishi. So Akhil, you're the direct participant on the first one, and Rishi, you're paired with him. Rishi, if you can unmute. And I request your hands to be visible on screen, please. Both of you. Rishi, you can keep the phone aside. You don't have to hit the buzzer. Yeah. All right. Rishi, hands, please.
Is it visible now?
Yeah, just keep the hands up. Okay, cool. Here's my question, Akhil. This is your direct, others on the buzzer. The CTHI is an index that ranks jurisdictions that are the greatest enablers of a certain form of abuse. Its 2021 rankings had 3 British overseas territories as the top 3, followed by Netherlands, Switzerland, Luxembourg, Hong Kong, Jersey, Singapore, and UAE. What index is the CTHI? Akhil, I need an answer. 5 seconds.
Okay, I'm passing.
Passing. Rishi, do you have an answer of your own? Plus 10, minus 5?
No, I don't. I'll also pass.
You'll pass. And we will pass it to Rakesh on the buzzer. Rakesh, for plus 5, minus 5.
Oh, it is the tax havens.
It is the tax havens. So CTHI is an index about tax havens. Let's take a look. Is indeed correct. So these are the corporate tax haven index. The first 3 being dominated by British Virgin Islands, Cayman Islands, and Bermuda. There's also one more from the British overseas territories, that's Jersey. But in general, these are the world's top 10 enablers of corporate tax abuse. So corporate tax haven index, that's very well identified there by Rakesh, gets you a +5 as a result. Well done. Now, Rishi, direct question for you. And Akhil, you're paired with him, others on the buzzer. Here's my question. When asked to create a shorter mascot to provide a clearer view of the road, the newer variant was modeled on the existing one and bore on the plinth an inscription with the date when the first piece was finished. What short-lived variant of a famous mascot was this that was eventually replaced with the original one, but with a reduced size to serve the purpose? A short-lived variant of what famous mascot? Rishi, 3 seconds.
I'll pass.
You will pass. Akhil?
I don't have an answer.
All right. So we will move on to Rahul, who's on the buzzer for +5, -5.
Yeah, is it the Spirit of Ecstasy mascot on the Rolls-Royce cars?
Is a perfect answer. Absolutely. That's well done. So you can see that to make it shorter, they made it kneel down, right? And then they realized that instead of, just making the mascot kneel down, we might as well just created a shorter version of it, because people were complaining that it's obstructing the view of the road. So they decided to make it kneel down, and they're like, no, we'll just reduce the size. So that's the answer that I was looking for. That's well done, Rahul. +5 to you. Very good answer there. And this question was brought to you by associate sponsor, Gray On. All right, well done, Rahul. Now we move on to our final pair. That is Rakesh and Anil. Anil, may I request you to unmute yourself? You can put your phone aside, Anil, because you don't have to hit the buzzer on this one. Okay, others on the buzzer. Here's my question to Rakesh first. And Anil, you'll have to accept or reject his answer, or even pass if you don't. Okay, here's my question. Rakesh, located in the textile city of India and Tamil Nadu, this brand was founded in the early 1980s and now has India's single largest hosiery manufacturing plant in the city. It counts Salman Khan as its brand ambassador and recently underwent a brand identity redesign to set a higher expectation of product purpose and quality. Which brand is this?
Shall I answer?
Yes, please.
So my guess is Prestige.
Your answer is?
Prestige pressure cooker.
Prestige. Anil, do you accept, reject, pass?
Yeah, accept.
You accept. Your answer is Prestige. Rakesh, I'm afraid that is incorrect. That's a -5 to both of you, Rakesh and Anil. My question passes now to Jameer, who's on the buzzer.
This is, can I answer?
Yes, please.
This is Dixie Scott.
Is a correct answer. Yes, indeed. This is Dixie Scott from Tirupur in Tamil Nadu. Absolutely. That's well done there by Jameer. Gets you a 5-pointer as a result. It is Dixie Scott. So they changed their logo. And the reason for that was, like I said, to set a higher expectation of product purpose and quality. Well done, Jameer. 5 points to you. Next question now will be to Anil as your direct, and Rakesh, you'll have to accept or reject his answer. Both of you got negatives on the previous one. Hopefully that won't happen again. Rakesh, please unmute. Others on the buzzer. Here is my question to you. Anil, you'll have to unmute yourself. Yes. Okay, Anil, here's my question to you. What is Elon Musk talking about that has seen three times the increase in investments in the last 3 years? So the first blank is basically, the second blank is an acronym of the first blank. So what is he talking about? He's complaining that something is a scam, weaponized by phony social justice warriors. Anil, do you have an answer?
I'll pass.
You'll pass. Rakesh, do you have an answer of your own? Too much time?
Yes, no, I don't have an answer.
No answer. Okay. Right. There's nobody on the buzzer either. So like I said, the second one was basically an acronym of the first blank. So recently what happened was Exxon was rated as the top 10 best in the world for something by S&P 500, while Tesla did not even make it to the list. So which is why Elon was complaining. And this is ESG, the environment, social and governance practice. That's, it's something that's come up recently, as an investment practice, right? So you evaluate various companies or entities on the basis of their ESG, and then you decide to invest in them. And Elon Musk clearly isn't a fan of ESG. No points there to anyone. Did not get anybody to hit the buzzer. Neither did the two participants who were on the direct give an answer to this one. Right, but that brings us to the end of the second round. We won't take a look at the scores right now. We will move on to our third round. Round 3 is called Challengers Deep. There's one question to every participant. You'll have 10 seconds per question for others to challenge you on the buzzer. So I'll request you to not press the buzzer in the first 10 seconds. Now, after the 10 seconds are over, if there's somebody who's challenging you, you have a decision to make here, whether you would like to give the answer yourself and accept the challenge, or you'd let them answer and reject the challenge. If you accept the challenge, give me the answer for 10 and -5. If you reject the challenge, they will give the answer for +10 and -5. If, however, there's no challenge, then you don't have to worry about the negatives. You can give me an answer without the fear of negatives, 10 points if you are right. But if you reject the challenge, you let the question go to them, to the challenger, and if they give me a wrong answer, they get a -5. Question will come back to you again, but this time only for 5 points if you're right, no negatives if you're wrong. And if you also can't give me an answer, it passes on the buzzer to the other participants for +5 and -5. If there is a challenger, then there are challenger +2 buzzers permitted, but if there are no challengers, then there's only 2 buzzers. All right, we'll start this round and we'll go in order, and we'll follow the order of how you've been organized on screen. So first question will go to Jameer. Please note, all these questions are multi-part questions. So if you want to hit the buzzer, please ensure that you give me the entire answer. Don't give me part of the answer and expect me to give you points, because I won't. And similarly, even if you're attempting it on a direct, you have to give me a complete answer. All right. So Jameer, if you can please unmute. And your hands to be visible on screen, please. Okay, here's my question, Jameer. Others on the buzzer, 10 seconds for you to present a challenge. If you can't present a challenge, then I will still let you hit the buzzer, but this time only for +5 and -5. But on the challenge, it's for +10, -5. Jameer, here's my question for you. A short summary of why one chooses this country's geographic features for a particular region. For a particular reason. The country has championed the rights of individuals throughout its history. These institutions are sited in former military locations, and the region's geography adds a further layer of security. The country's independence, political stability, and investor-friendly laws are highly valued world over. My question is, which country and for what purpose? Jameer, you have a challenge coming from Akhil. What do you want to do, Jameer?
I'll reject the challenge and I'll let him answer the question.
All right, so you let him answer the question. Akhil, what's your answer?
Okay, I thought this is why Norway is giving peace Nobel prizes.
You'll have to say that again, please, Akhil.
Is this why Norway is giving a Nobel Prize for peace?
Okay, Norway giving a Nobel Prize for peace. I'm afraid that is incorrect. That's a -5, Akhil. Question goes back to Jameer. Question still remains open on the buzzer. 5 seconds. Jameer, answer.
Can I answer? Oh, okay.
Yes,
so
no negative.
Okay, so this is why people choose the citizenship of America.
Citizenship of America.
I mean, like, no.
It says institutions are citing former military locations. Right? So
okay, just took a shot. Yeah.
That's fine. That's all right. Doesn't quite fit there. Does anybody want to take a guess at this? No points.
Will it be Israel? Israel.
What about Israel?
Israel. Kind of.
Although that's not correct, so we'll let it be. Not the right country. Right. So the answer that I was looking for is using Switzerland as Switzerland's alpine walls for their gold, right? So a lot of rich family offices, hedge funds, etc. Institutions generally tend to use Switzerland's gold safes secured in their alpine vaults. So that's the answer that I was looking for. These are the reasons that are generally cited, which is why Switzerland is so popular for storing of gold. No points, anyone there? -5 to Akhil. Unfortunately, we will move on to our next question. That will be for Rishi. Rishi, please unmute. Here's my question for you. Others on the buzzer. When this COO of 14 years decided to step down a couple of months ago to focus on philanthropy, there were rumors or sources suggesting why that decision was taken. It is said to be because of the new ambition of the company, revealed last year that the COO had no interest in being a part of after having built an empire on the back of advertising. My question is, who's the COO and which company am I speaking of? You have a challenge coming from Rakesh.
Well, I like to answer him.
Okay. You'd like to answer yourself, Rishi?
No, I would like to, Rakesh to answer.
Okay, Rakesh, what is your answer? +10, -5?
It's Sheryl Sandberg of Facebook.
Sheryl Sandberg of Facebook. So it says that because of the new ambition of the company revealed last year. So what's this ambition being spoken of?
So I think it's about the advertisements, privacy, etc. I'm not very clear about that.
No. Okay, let's do this again. The question says it's because of the new ambition of the company revealed last year. So if you're saying Facebook, so what ambition of the company revealed last year is being spoken of?
That part I'm not very sure. I think it is about privacy concerns, etc. I mean, maybe something related to, or maybe it is monetizing WhatsApp. I mean, WhatsApp.
All right, no. That's where you're losing the track, but that's all right. That wasn't really for points. You are right about the CEO in question. That is Sheryl Sandberg of Facebook or Meta. The new ambition revealed last year was essentially going big on metaverse and not really focusing. I mean, maybe they'll focus on advertising in the metaverse also, but it's believed that Sheryl Sandberg decided to quit, although her official communication is, that I'd like to focus on philanthropy, but she quit because about 90% of Facebook's revenue comes from ads. And so now they're deciding to move into metaverse and doing something in the metaverse. So she doesn't quite buy the idea. And so, which is why even in the last year or so, we haven't heard a lot from Sheryl Sandberg. She reduced the number of public appearances that she made on behalf of the company, etc., etc. So that's what I was looking for, but that's well done, Rakesh. You got the important bit of the answer correct. It is Sheryl Sandberg and Facebook or Meta. That gets you 10 points there. Well done. Next up is going to be Rahul. Rahul, please unmute. And you can keep the phone aside. Please unmute also, Rahul. Okay. Here's my question, Rahul. Others on the buzzer. Last year, while releasing the economic survey, he explained the alliterative approach that they had taken. In an attempt to provide a template of the varying approaches Indian policymakers could take while putting the economy back on track, he drew inspiration from the daring and watchful Indian cricket team's performance in Australia then. With what contrasting players did he describe the approach? You have a challenge coming from Jabir. Jamir is presenting a challenge.
Want the names of two players?
That's right. With what contrasting players? Take a decision. Are you accepting the challenge or rejecting the challenge?
Let him answer.
You let him answer. All right, Jamir, for +10, -5. Jamir, I need an answer. 3 seconds.
Okay, I'll guess Rahul Dravid and Navjot Singh Sidhu.
Rahul Dravid and Navjot Singh Sidhu. It said alliterative approach. That's incorrect. That's a -5. Question goes back to Rahul.
Okay, it is.
No negative. +5 if you're right.
Okay.
3 seconds.
Yeah. Sachin and Dravid.
Sachin and Dravid. That's incorrect. Question passes on the buzzer to Rakesh. Yes, Rakesh.
It's Dravid and Rishabh Pant.
Is incorrect. That's a -5. Final pass to Akhil.
This is Pujara and Pant.
Is correct. This is the Pant Pujara approach. I mean, I was talking about last year's Indian performance in Australia. So Sidhu, Sachin, Dravid, not really a space for Indranagar ka Gundas and all that. But that's well done. It is Pant and Pujara. Pant with his extremely aggressive approach and Pujara with his, relatively watchful approach. So essentially what the chief economic advisor, K. Subramanian, was trying to say was that, we can be daring with our allocations and infrastructure push. And at the same time, we can be a lot more watchful, just like Pujara, about the fiscal consolidation and, credible projections and all that. Right. So that's very well done there. Akhil, very well identified. That gets you 5 points. But a -5 to Jameer and a -5 to Rakesh. That you should have at least given me contemporary players, at least even if you would have said Pandya and maybe a Pant or something, it should have been okay, but not Pant actually, but Pandya and Pujara would have been okay. I would have appreciated that answer, but he wasn't really a part of that series then. But anyway, I've already told you what the distribution of points is for that question. Pretty interesting one, how that one turned out. But we'll move on to our next question that will be direct to Anil. Okay, Anil, here's my question for you, others on the buzzer. X and Y are two automobile companies, one Indian and the other foreign, which share an almost similar logo, albeit rotated 90 degrees. If you rotate X by 90 degrees clockwise, you get the shape of Y's logo. If you turn Y's logo by 90 degrees anti-clockwise, you get the shape of the logo of X. Please give me both. Do that calculation, do the geometry. All right, so nobody presenting a challenge. Anil, you can give me an answer without the fear of negatives. 10 points if you have.
I'll say Tata and Benz.
Tata and Benz, that is incorrect. No negatives though. Still open for 2 seconds on the buzzer and time is up. Did anybody else do the mental calculation and want to try for no points?
I would say Mahindra and Volkswagen.
No. But you're right about one of them. So now, what do you think this would be? No one trying? This is Bajaj and Volkswagen. Like I said, if you rotate one 90 degrees clockwise, the other one anti-clockwise, it's very similar, right? So this is Bajaj and Volkswagen. Did anybody get any points? No, nobody got any points there. We'll move on to our next question, to number 5. That's Akhil from Q Collective. Akhil, if you can unmute. Here's my question for you, others on the buzzer. In 2006, he was embroiled in yet another scandal when a video of him in his underpants with models leaked online. Not one to shy away, he leaned into this controversy, marketing his own line of underwear and other apparel launched in India with Reliance Trends. Who is this person whose face I've hidden behind a gray circle? And what name did he give his brand after the fact that he was amongst the world's best practitioners of it? So who and what is his apparel brand called that was launched in India with Reliance Trends? All right. There's nobody presenting a challenge, so I will ask Akhil to give me an answer without the fear of negatives.
Okay, Cristiano Ronaldo.
And?
Okay, 2006. Oh, no, nothing.
No. World's best practitioner of what? Okay. No, nobody trying. Okay, let me give you a clue. This is somebody who passed away earlier this year.
This is Shane Warne.
And what would be the brand?
Spin.
Spinner, I think.
Is correct. That's the answer, a collective answer coming eventually. So this is Shane Warne and Spinners. right? So he was embroiled in a controversy, and so he spinned it around and he created a brand of it called Spinners. So no points anyone for that question, unfortunately, although I would have really appreciated if somebody could have worked it out. But nevertheless, we will move on to our final question. That's for Rakesh. Rakesh, please unmute and keep your phone down. Here's my question for you, Rakesh. Others on the buzzer. Also known as embedded marketing, product placement is a technique in which references to specific brands or products are incorporated into another works such as films or television. It is believed that it began in the 19th century when transport and shipping companies such as Peninsular and Oriental Company approached this Frenchman and perhaps even paid him to be mentioned to mention their steamship SS Carnatic in his 1872 work. My question is, who is he and what work? One of the earliest examples of product placement in an 1872 work by this Frenchman. Right, you have a challenge coming from Akhil. Rakesh, what do you want to do?
I will try to answer it myself.
Okay, what's your answer for +10 -5, Rakesh?
So I think the work is Treasure Island by Stevenson. I forgot. R.L.
Your answer is? Say that again,
Treasure
please.
Island. Treasure
Treasure
Island
by
R.L. Stevenson, right?
Is incorrect. That's a -5. Question passes to Akhil for +10 -5.
Victor Hugo and 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
Is incorrect as well, Akhil. That's a -5 to you. I'll move on to the next one on the buzzer, and that's Jameel.
Okay, can I answer?
Yes, please.
So this is the book Around the World in 80 Days, and Jules Verne is the author.
Is perfect. That's the answer that I was looking for. This is Jules Verne, Around the World in 80 Days. Absolutely. That's well done, Jameel. Eventually bounced across through multiple participants till it came to you. Very well done. That's 5 points to you, Jameel. -5, unfortunately, to Rakesh, and also -5 to Akhil for giving me wrong answers for that one. Right, that there was the end of the penultimate round. I challenged them with the questions, but instead of taking evasive action, it was hit after hit after hit. It just kept coming back with the answers. But we'll see how that string of answers organizes on the scoreboard. That's after this break. We'll be back shortly.
एक बार आके देख लो, कहीं मैंने कोई गड़बड़ तो नहीं कर दी।
सिर्फ मेरा नाम क्यों?
अरे जिसने घर खरीदा है उसी का नाम होना चाहिए ना।
और फ्रेंड्स क्या कहेंगे?
फ्रेंड्स कहेंगे कि काश अपनी बीवी भी ऐसी होती।
पिछले 100 सालों से ऐसी हर अच्छी शुरुआत का साथ दे रहे हैं हम, यूनियन बैंक ऑफ इंडिया।
IT is evolving at breakneck speed, shaping the world in its way and altering the way we perceive things. IT is pulsing at the heart of today's business, and Manage Engine works towards simplifying IT management for businesses. Enterprise IT management solutions designed for IT service management, IT operations management, identity and access management, security information and event management, unified endpoint management and security, and advanced analytics. Our exhaustive portfolio of over 60 products has managed the IT of more than 180,000 organizations and is used by over 2 million IT professionals across 190 countries. Real-time IT management solutions for the new speed of business.
Welcome back to taking a look at the scoreboard heading into the final round. At this point, the defending champion of last year from Kochi, who's still leading even this year, heading into the final round. This is Jameer KB of Q Collective, who's currently at 36, but some distance behind, but not too much, is Rahul Jayanti from Vizag Steel. He's at 25. Then we have Rishikant Gupta from Sale Bokaro at 11. It's like a close bunch then. Is Rakesh Pillai from Measured Ink at 9. Akhil, who's given lots of answers, not all of them correct, is at 8 and currently placed 5th. And sitting in 6th place from Grey Cells is Anil Raghavan with a score of 1. So 36, 25, 11, 9, 8, and 1 heading into the final round. And that's called shootout. Please note, after the end of this shootout, only one of you will qualify for the national final in Mumbai. So for that, I will be giving you 6 questions on the buzzer. You have 10 seconds of time. After I'm done reading the question, you won't see any text on screen. You only see the operative part of the question, which is whether I'm looking for a person or a campaign or a company or whatever it is. But the clues to that, I will read out. But the moment you hit the buzzer, I stop reading the clues anymore, because you've hit the buzzer, so you've signaled to me that you know the answer already. So there's no need for me to read out the question anymore. Tell me what, you unmute yourself, you tell me what your answer is, and I'll distribute points. If it's the first 2 questions, 4 points if you're right, -5 if you're wrong. Next 2 questions will slightly be will be slightly more difficult. So they'll be for 7 points if you're right, -5 if you're wrong, and the final 2 questions are likely to be difficult. They will be for 10 points if you're right, -5 if you are wrong. In this round, I will allow 3 buzzers for every question, and all 3 of you, should the question keep passing from one to the next, will be for the same amount of points. All right, good luck, everyone. 6 questions coming. After question 4, however, I will eliminate participants for whom it's mathematically impossible to win the regional final. All right, so we'll start with our first question for +4 and -5. These are stamps from UAE from late 1950s to 1960s with NP written on them. My question is, what does NP mean? On the buzzer is Rishikant Gupta from Sale Bokaro.
NP means Naya Paisa.
Naya Paisa, but on stamps from UAE.
Yeah, I think I've read somewhere that in 50s, the new Paisa currency was, Indian currency was also there for a short while.
For a short while. And so, which is why when India moved on from the Ana-based system to the Naya Paisa system, that change was also reflected in the Gulf country stamps. That is indeed correct. That's well done there. Rishi gets you 4 points for that one. And this question was brought to you by a title sponsor, Union Bank of India. Rishi, who was placed 3rd going into this round, gets himself a 4-pointer to begin with. We will move on to the second question now. That's also for 4 points. Here it is on your screen. One of the largest airlines in the world by fleet is the IAG, or International Airlines Group, that was formed by a merger between 2 full-service carriers, the British Airways and the one in the picture. Named after the peninsula the country is located in, which country's flag carrier is this? On the buzzer is Rakesh from Measured Ink. Yes, Rakesh.
I am taking a guess. Is it Spain?
And thus, what would be the name of the carrier?
Iberian Peninsula.
Is perfect. That's the answer. This is indeed Iberia, the Iberian Airlines from Spain, from the Iberian Peninsula. Good answer there. Rakesh gets you a +4, very well pounced upon. Now we'll increase the difficulty level a bit. That got the previous 2 questions got Rishi and Rakesh 4 points respectively. We'll increase the difficulty a bit of the questions and we'll move on to 7-pointer questions now. Here's my next question for the round. The person after whom this law was named deemed it to be more of a self-fulfilling prophecy than an actual phenomenon. He said, more than anything, once something like this gets established, it becomes more or less All right, on the buzzer is Rakesh again.
I'm
What
just
law?
again guessing. It is Moore's law. Moore's law.
And what would Moore's law be?
I don't really remember. I think this refers to Moore's law. That's what
But what is a Moore's law?
I forgot that exact law. I forget, but I think it is something related to this kind of. If I remember correctly.
Well, I didn't really give a lot of hints leading to Moore's law, but I'll complete my question. More than anything, once something like this gets established, it becomes more or less a self-fulfilling prophecy. The Industrial Association puts out a roadmap which continues this turnover every 3 years. Everyone in the industry recognizes that if you don't stay on that curve, you will fall behind. So it sort of drives itself. What law is this? Rakesh took a gamble on this one, and it definitely has paid off for him. It is indeed the Moore's law, which, although Rakesh failed to describe what it is, essentially Moore's law is the observation that the number of transistors in a dense IC or integrated circuit doubles every couple of years, right? So Robert Moore, after whom the law is named, he basically wanted to say that it has become a self-fulfilling prophecy. The fact that the law exists means that everybody is working hard to ensure that the integrated circuits become dense every couple of years. Right, that question was powered by Manage Engine, one of our sponsors. And on that one, we have Rakesh, who accumulated 7 points. I'll ask one more question, also for 7 points. And after the end of this question, if there's anybody for whom it's mathematically impossible to win the Kochi regional final, I'll have to request them to not be a part of the subsequent 2 questions. Right, so I'm giving you one more question for that. Right, here is my 4th question that's also for 7 points. In 2020, which corporation created a limited line of swimwear in its signature color scheme to boost its commitment to the environment, and what plastic utensil was used to create them? The swimwear was made with what plastic utensil? On the buzzer is Rakesh again.
I'm again guessing it is McDonald's with their straws.
McDonald's with their straws. These swimwear look like the iconic red and yellow stripes of McDonald's straws is correct. That is indeed the right answer. Back-to-back answers there by Rakesh gets you a 7-pointer. Before we move on, I will take a little pause here because I want to check what the scores are at this point. And if there's anybody for whom it's mathematically impossible to qualify further, I'll have to ask you to not be a part of the quiz anymore. At this point, the leader is at 36, and which means anybody who's below 6 points, I'll have to ask you to not be a part of the following 2 questions, and that will be our participant 4, that's Anil Raghavan from Grey Cells. Anil, unfortunately, whatever you do in the next 2 questions, you will not be able to overtake Jameer. So I'll have to ask you to not be a part of the following 2 questions. Please don't hit the buzzer on the next 2 questions while everybody else is still on, right? All the remaining 5 of you are more than welcome to play the next question. And after this question also, I will relook at the scoreboard and I will eliminate whoever for whom it's not possible to win the Kochi regional final, right? So except Anil, everybody is welcome to play the next question, and then we'll revisit the scoreboard again. All right. Let's move on to our next question. That's for 10 points now. So 3 buzzers, 10 points. Here's my question. Acknowledging possible misreads, possibly in people of color, in February 2021, the FDA issued a warning citing multiple factors. On the buzzer is Rishikant Gupta from SAIL Bokaro. Yes, Rishi.
Yeah, I think it's the oximeter device that used to measure the oxygen content in the body. It gave faulty parameters in people of colored.
Why do you think that was happening?
I think the device was made as such to infrared is passed through that finger, and the people with colored have different kind of absorbing capacities.
All right, I'll complete my question. So in February 2021, the FDA issued a warning citing multiple factors that can affect the accuracy of the measurement of what device. This includes poor circulation, skin pigmentation, skin thickness, skin temperature, and current tobacco use and use of fingernail polish. So essentially what the FDA was trying to say was that, in people of color with high melanin content, and because most of the test subjects when the pulse oximeter were created were mostly not people of color, so they did not take into account the response of the pulse oximeter for people of color, which is why they said that there could be possible misreads. And Rishi, that answer gets you a +10, a very valuable +10 at that. Good answer there, Rishi. 10 points to you. Yet again, I'll have to take a look at the scoreboard and see how close we are in our deciding question and whether that impacts anybody else's participation in the last question. So at this point, I will have to ask, so we've already asked Anil to not play the fifth question, and now I'll have to ask Akhil, because for you it's mathematically impossible to take over Jameer, who's currently leading. So unfortunately, Akhil, I'll have to ask you to not be a part of the last question. But it's a very close contest. Just a small matter of 11 points that is separating our top 4 participants. So what that means is I will have to have a manual intervention on the buzzer. So because a couple of you are at 25 and the leaders at 36, if the 2 of you at 25 press the buzzer, it doesn't really help the cause. So if the leader presses the buzzer before Rahul and before Rishi, leader in this case is Jameer, so I will let Jameer answer. All right, so I'll let him skip the 2 of you and I will let Jameer answer. If, however, Rakesh presses the buzzer, then I will let Rakesh answer first, right? Because Rakesh is at 27. So it's 37 to Jameer, 36 to Jameer, sorry, 27 to Rakesh, 25 to Rahul as well as Rishi. So Rahul and Rishi, you'll have to sort of wait a little before you press the buzzer. However, you can just decide to press the buzzer. If Jameer presses the buzzer also, I'll let him have a go first, because otherwise, even if you give me the right answer, it still doesn't matter, right? So, but Rakesh, of course, if you press the buzzer, go for it. I will let you give the answer. And if you give the answer, you get it right. That's it. You win, right? That's how non-simple this equation is, right? So 11 points separating the top 4. That's how close the competition is. We will move on to our final question. That's for 10 points. 3 buzzers will be permitted. Here's question number 6, the final one. Located in Mundra, these smart hotels were first rolled out in 2016, having only one type of room called the executive. The rooms are 8 feet wide, 8.5 feet high, and 13 feet long. And the rooms come in sets of 3 along the length. Right, Rahul, you've pressed the buzzer, but I'll continue. Also, new rooms take only 2 to 3 weeks to build. Their primary suppliers in this venture include Nippon Yusen, Hapag Lloyd, among others. What is upcycled to create these rooms? What is upcycled to create these rooms? So on the buzzer, second on the buzzer is Rakesh. Rakesh, what's your answer?
So I am guessing these are the train bogies, truck bogies. So basically vehicle containers, bogies, which
train bogies. Okay, don't keep changing your vehicles there, but you started out with train bogies. All right, that is incorrect there, Rakesh. So I'll have to ask you to, I'll have to give you a negative on that one. We will now move on to Jameer. Yes, Jameer.
I guess these are billboards. I mean, billboards of companies. Basically billboards of
billboards. All right. Billboards. I'm afraid, Jameer, that is incorrect. That's a -5. Now, Rahul, you can give me your answer. Please unmute and answer. Rahul, you're muted. Rahul, you're muted. Rahul, quick, 3 seconds.
I think some ship has been upcycled to create these rooms, because Some ship has
A
been
ship has been upcycled to
renovated something to create these rooms, and just like a hotel. Ship.
Non-com, Ajay. Non-com. Can
hold
I
on,
answer?
hold on, Anil. Yeah, hold on. I do understand the enthusiasm where that comes from. And when I tell you what the answer is, you were all within touching distance of the answer. Unfortunately, I'll have to give all three of you a negative. With Jameer trying to pounce on the opportunity, I really thought that, and then he gave a wrong answer. I thought that he's really put himself in a mix because Rahul was actually the first one on the buzzer. And when he gave a wrong answer, he said that ships have been upcycled to create these, he was the closest of the lot. And perhaps Anil will end our misery when he gives the right answer. Okay, Anil, go for it, not for points.
This is the containers. Hapag-Lloyd is a container company.
Is correct. These are shipping containers. You're all in the vicinity of the answer, but not quite correct. I will have to give negatives to all three of you, Rahul, Jameer, and Rakesh. But for a moment there, Jameer, you really made this quiz very, very interesting. Well, that's it. That brings us to the end of what has been an edge of the seat action-packed Kochi regional final. It was pretty evident with the way they answered that they were in it to win it. We will take a break now, but on the other side lies the final scoreboard and our winner. Stay with us.
एक बार आके देख लो, कहीं मैंने कोई गड़बड़ तो नहीं कर दी।
सिर्फ मेरा नाम क्यों?
अरे जिसने घर खरीदा है उसी का नाम होना चाहिए ना।
और फ्रेंड्स क्या कहेंगे?
फ्रेंड्स कहेंगे कि काश अपनी बीवी भी ऐसी होती।
पिछले 100 सालों से ऐसी हर अच्छी शुरुआत का साथ दे रहे हैं हम, यूनियन बैंक ऑफ इंडिया।
IT is evolving at breakneck speed, shaping the world in its way and altering the way we perceive things. IT is pulsing at the heart of today's business, and Manage Engine works towards simplifying IT management for businesses. Enterprise IT management solutions designed for IT service management, IT operations management, identity and access management, security information and event management, unified endpoint management and security, and advanced analytics. Our exhaustive portfolio of over 60 products has managed the IT of more than 180,000 organizations and is used by over 2 million IT professionals across 190 countries. Real-time IT management solutions for the new speed of business.
Nice! 10.
Yeah, nice pen. Nice pen.
Parker. It shows.
It's time to change your brand. Grayon, beauty, cosmetic, personal care products.
Welcome back. The final scoreboard for you at the Kochi regional final. Oh, what a close performance this has been. In sixth place from Grey Cells is Anil Raghavan with a score of 1. Congratulations, Anil. Unfortunately, today wasn't to be your day. And in fifth place, we have from Q Collective is Akhil Ghosh, who gave some fine answers, but unfortunately along the way accumulated a few negatives, so as a result of which he finishes fifth. But then we see a very close bunch. It went down to the wire to the very last question indeed. But in fourth place is Rahul Jayanti from Vizag Steel with a score of 20 points. He was almost there, was very close towards the last answer, but he missed, and as a result of which he fell behind to fourth. And in third place, we have from Measured Ink is Rakesh Pillai, who had a very strong middle section, but towards the end missed out, had an opportunity on the last question as well, but didn't quite get it right. So he finishes third as a result, but very well done there. And in second place, he was there in the regional final last year as well, but he was in Delhi regional final. He missed out on qualification from there. He missed out on qualification from here as well, but fine performance there by Rishikant Gupta from SAIL Bokaro. You finish with a score of 25. And our winner, you saw him win convincingly in Kochi last year, may not be as convincing as it was last year, but a win is a win is a win. And our winner is the winner with 31 points from Q Collective is Jameer KB. Congratulations. A mighty fine victory there, came very close to the end, but he bloomed today and would want to blossom at the national final in Mumbai. And very well done to the rest of you. Thank you for giving us a very close competition. Just kept on chasing, kept on fighting, question after question, round after round, always in pursuit, but in the end, fell a step too short. Nevertheless, admirable. Finally, a big thank you to all our sponsors. The title sponsor, Union Bank of India, was powered by Manage Engine. Our writing instruments partner, Parker Pen by Luxor Group, and associate sponsor, Crayon. From here on, the BusinessLine Cerebration 2022 train chugs along to the powerhouses of Delhi, followed by Mumbai. Expect fireworks. It's going to be Goliath against Goliath against Goliath. Until then, do join us. Goodbye.
एक बार आके देख लो, कहीं मैंने कोई गड़बड़ तो नहीं कर दी।
सिर्फ मेरा नाम क्यों?
अरे जिसने घर खरीदा है उसी का नाम होना चाहिए ना।
और फ्रेंड्स क्या कहेंगे?
फ्रेंड्स कहेंगे कि काश अपनी बीवी भी ऐसी होती।
पिछले 100 सालों से ऐसी हर अच्छी शुरुआत का साथ दे रहे हैं हम, यूनियन बैंक ऑफ इंडिया।
IT is evolving at breakneck speed, shaping the world in its way and altering the way we perceive things. IT is pulsing at the heart of today's business, and Manage Engine works towards simplifying IT management for businesses. Enterprise IT management solutions designed for IT service management, IT operations management, identity and access management, security information and event management, unified endpoint management and security, and advanced analytics. Our exhaustive portfolio of over 60 products has managed the IT of more than 180,000 organizations and is used by over 2 million IT professionals across 190 countries. Real-time IT management solutions for the new speed of business.
Nice. 10.
Yeah, nice pen. Nice pen.
Parker. It shows.
It's time to change your brand. Crayon, beauty, cosmetic, personal care products.
लग ही नहीं रहा अपनी शादी हो गई
है ना?
यार
मैं देता हूँ।
अरे
मैंने वैसे भी वचन दिया है, तुम्हारी सारी खुशियाँ शेयर करूंगा। थैंक यू। वेलकम। ये क्यों?
मैंने भी तो वचन दिया है, तुम्हारे सारे गम शेयर करूंगी।
गम?
मेरे खर्चे
पिछले 100 सालों से ऐसी हर अच्छी शुरुआत का साथ दे रहे हैं हम, यूनियन बैंक ऑफ इंडिया।